Hello and welcome to Templeway Online. The central theme or idea to every superhero narrative, every superhero film, is that humanity is on the brink of extinction. You see, there's a baddie out there somewhere in the universe, or maybe kept a low profile and lives among us, who wants to wipe us out. And we would be finished unless a superhero came to defend our cause, unless someone rises to the challenge and defends our honor. Superman is basically the archetypal superhero. I mean, 80 years ago he burst onto the scene, and the superhero world has never been the same since. Now granted, he's not a Marvel character, whatever, I know, I've checked Google, but nevertheless his story is really, really interesting. You see, for those of you who aren't familiar, Superman comes from a planet that was on the brink of extinction, and literally his parents send him out into the universe in a special little, I guess a spaceship you could call it, but it's like a baby size, so it's like a baby ship, in a baby spaceship, in a spacey baby ship, in a thing, and he comes crashing down to Earth. Now the really interesting thing is that he comes to Earth, he's raised by human parents, and he grows up on this planet. But because he's from another planet, he has a set of skills because his body is different. And so that's why he's able to run fast. That's why he has super strength. That's why he has laser vision. I never really got that one, but that's why he has laser vision. That's why he's got great hearing, because he would just have been normal potentially on his planet. But because now he's on this planet, his natural abilities are enhanced. And the really interesting thing is, as well as having these superpowers, he has something else. He loves humanity. He loves his parents, and he loves Lois Lane, or Lana Lang, depending which season you're on. Love is a marvelous thing. One of the best descriptions that I've heard of what the Bible is at its essence is a love story. From Genesis to Revelation, you read about God, the creator of the universe, so loving humanity that firstly, he creates a perfect planet for us to live in, to enjoy and to inhabit. And then he creates us to live in that perfect environment. All from love, all for love. And on this planet, it was perfect. No sorrow, no pain, no death, no heartache. Just perfect. A quick skim through Genesis, the first book of the Bible, shows us that it doesn't stay that way for long. The first created beings, Adam and Eve, find themselves in just a couple of chapters in hot water. Why? Because they choose to disobey God. And as a result, they slowly but surely move further and further and further away from him. And to be honest, today we're in the same situation. We make decisions that ultimately lead us further and further and further away from God. And this really leads us to death. Firstly, death of our situations, death of our relationships, death of the good things in our life. But then ultimately, it will lead us to a final death. It will lead us to a place where there is no afterlife for us. There is no life to be enjoyed after we die, living in perfect relationship with God. Because, and you may have noticed this, everything dies. The sad reality about the world around us is everything dies. Plants, flowers, trees, pets, friends, family, loved ones, everything dies. But I just don't believe it was meant to be like that. I don't believe we were ever meant to die. I believe God created us to live forever. And so I believe death breaks his heart. Which brings us to Jesus, the Son of God. Sweet baby Jesus! He comes to this earth, he's raised by human parents, he loves his parents, he loves humanity, he loves us. Sound familiar? Hollywood, those plagiarists. But you see, that's where the superhero comparisons stop. Jesus didn't have any superpowers. There was no super speed, no super strength, no laser vision, no super hearing. He was able to perform and do amazing miracles because of God working through him. The same miracles that you and I can do when we allow God to work through us. And what's really powerful, what's really interesting, is that his life, his ministry, the way he spoke and dealt with people really give us a great example of what we spoke about last week, which was what it really looks like to live by the Spirit. You see, he had those powers in abundance. He was full of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. This is what it means to live a life by the Spirit. This is what it means to live a great life. And that is marvelous. And so Jesus makes the ultimate sacrifice. He gives up his life for the sake of humanity. He steps in front of the bullet. He jumps in front of the train. He gives us the last parachute so that we may have the option, the hope of a life hereafter, of a life with him, the way he intended it to be from the very beginning. Now, I know there's a lot to unpack here, and we didn't deal with everything, but I hope you'll continue to take this journey with us as we continue to share with you week after week more about this marvelous story. I'll see you next week.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he would give his only Son to make a wretch his treasure. How great the pain of serious loss. The Father turns his face away, and the wounds that mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory.
Behold the man upon the cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. It was my sin that held him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished.
I will not boast
death and resurrection. Why should I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart. His wound has paid my ransom. Why should I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart. His wound has paid